Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear humanity, I've come today again to talk about the religion of Islam. I'm going to explain to human beings the religion of Islam, the most very holy, beautiful religion of Islam, the religion that is the religion for all living creations, the most beautiful religion for all living human beings, the most beautiful religion for the entire universe and whatever that is in the universe and that lives on planet Earth. Whatever that is on planet Earth and that what you see in the sky, stars, all those creations submit to the beautiful religion, the religion of Islam. So, as I always have done, I'm going to make an interpretation, what we call interpretations of the scared ayahs or the scared verses of the Holy Book of Allah. Mothers, I would ask for your attention when you listen to this video, and men as well and children. This video is for all human beings of all ages, because the very information I'm going to talk about and show humanity that indeed you are all living Muslims on this planet. You are all living Muslims on this planet. When we talk of Islam, there are some communities around the world or some nations around the world which do not know what Islam is. Some nations of the Western Hemisphere, nations like in Europe, nations in America, they really don't know what Islam is. They have never been explained what Islam is. But today, I'll start by showing human beings that you as a creation identified as human beings, you are conceived in the womb of every woman as Muslim creations. You are conceived as an egg and you are created and molded with the very, very beautiful and under the very, very beautiful religion of Islam. Because, as I said, whatever that you see in the universe that has living motion, whatever that you see on this planet Earth, everything that you see is Muslim or it submits to the beautiful religion of Islam. It submits to the most beautiful religion of Islam. Islam is the religion that is the water you drink. Islam is the environment. Islam is the red blood cells and white blood cells that builds muscle after muscle or in a human being. That is that those red blood cells and white blood cells, they are all Muslim, or they submit the religion of those red blood cells and white blood cells in a human body. They are Muslim. Their religion is Muslim, and they do their functions of building muscles, building and making a human being able to live by a divine absolute decree of Islam. So, my people, especially to mothers, because mothers are they were given a task to produce and rear and bring up children when they are young. They carry us in their wombs, and after 9 months, or they carry us for 9 months in their wombs. Mothers, this message is mainly addressed or sent for you to hear exactly what Islam is to you as a mother, to your children, the children that you bring onto this planet, as well as how do you put your children in direction or of Islam, so that we for future generations to avoid bloodshed. First of all, I will start telling my mothers and young women and young girls that when you were created as women, you have a very, very big task to bring stability, peace, and harmony to every living human being on this planet. Because as you can see, that it's you women who bring us, who carry us for 9 months, and after 9 months, it's you, the very women, that raises us as children. So it is important for you as women to know that raising a child is a beautiful thing. Raising a child is a beautiful thing when that child smiles, dances, and prays with you as a mother. But during the course of playing and laughing and those are ways to put a guidance in that child that shedding blood is really, really a very evil thing. It's real a very, very evil thing. Because the most holy glorified Almighty Allah who created us created a baby when we come onto this planet as babies. My people, the mothers, you the real mothers of this planet, you bear witness with your own eyes around the babies that you carry for 9 months. When they come out of the womb of a woman, they have no wounds on their bodies. They have no wounds that are leaking blood everywhere, because that's what Allah intended to bring a child on this planet, cuddly, lovely, and that they have no wound on their bodies that that lets the blood flow all over the place. As when you look at what you see on your TVs today, 3-year-old children in Palestine being bombed by ballistic missiles, defenseless children. So it is important, you as mothers, very, very important, you as mothers that carries a child for 9 months, because a mother knows what she goes through for 9 months to bring a child onto this planet. So as mothers that carry children in your womb, you should know, first of all, you should know the true religion of the very blood cells that builds every muscle of your own body as a mother, as well as the creation of a baby that grows in your womb for 9 months. The religion of every blood cell in your body is Islam. The religion, the beautiful religion of every blood cell, a white blood cell and a white blood cell in your bodies as mothers, that religion is Islam. And the religion of the child that you carry for 9 months, that the religion of that child is a religion that is Islam. The religion of the water you drink is Islam. The religion of the food that you collect and cook and prepare for yourself and your children and your family, the religion of those creations is Islam. The religion of every bird that sings out you see flying and singing is Islam. The religion of every tree that you look at is Islam. The religion of every flower that you look at and it's beautiful and lovely. The religion of a flower is Islam. So you as mothers, you should know the very religion that manages your body to go to cleanse itself every month in what you call menstruation cycles, and the region of those cycles or the mechanism that make your body prepare for you to be able to carry a child, a creation in your body. The region of that cycles or the mechanisms and the principles are all based on a divine absolute decree of Islam, which interprets your bodies, that your body should always be in good health with yourselves as human who live in those bodies, as well as the environment around you and the food you eat. The food you eat. Many of you women, you eat foods, but some of the foods in Islam, Allah has forbidden some of the foods that should not be consumed by a woman. Allah has forbidden women to drink alcohol. All men and women have been forbidden from the consumption of alcohol, as well as forbidding human beings from the consumption of alcohol. Allah has forbidden us from adultery, because these adultery is also a very bad thing to a woman who commits that act, as well as to the man who involves himself into adultery or zina. In Islam we call it zina, and so on and so on. So I'm going back to the religion, the beautiful religion of your own blood cells, that the religion of your own blood cells, red blood cells and white blood cells, has a very, very what we call a principle, an Islamic decree principle or decree of what enjoins you to what you eat. That when you eat what you eat, to be able to work properly in your body and in application with the region of your red blood cells, as well as the region of the air you breathe. So the air you breathe is Muslim. It submits to Allah under the divine absolute decree of Islam. The water you drink is Muslim. It submits to Allah under the divine absolute decree of Islam. And the food you eat is Islam, is Muslim. It submits to Allah under the absolute divine decree of Islam. So when you eat and you know that your religion in your body that builds every muscle of your body is built by the functions and the mechanisms of Islam with the red blood cells and white blood cells. So once you as women, you know that fact, then know for sure that every living human being on this planet is Muslim. Every living human being on this planet is Muslim. Every child that is brought onto this planet is Muslim. And every creation that you see as that grows in your in your garden is Muslim. So that really, once you know that, you should be very appreciative and grateful to the fact that we are created as Muslims, living beings, living creations, which are Muslims. And for your information, even as I said in the beginning, that whatever you look at in the sky is living Muslims. Either a star, the moon itself is a Muslim. I'll give you something very, very simple that many of you do not understand what it is. The clouds that are displayed on the horizon, the clouds that brings rain that are displayed on the horizon. I'll tell you something about the clouds that are displayed on the horizon. Clouds are eternal living worlds of Allah. Clouds are the eternal living holy words that are found in the noble Holy Quran. But because the clouds are living, they are not stationary, they are living eternal words. They are living eternal words of Allah, that Allah displays the very, very beautiful, holy, eternal, noble book, of which we have the one which we have on this planet, the Holy Quran, but it has a version of a living eternal book, which is displayed on the horizon, north to south, east, west, north to south, and over us in the canopy. That those clouds, when you look at the clouds on the horizon, they're displayed in columns or straight lines. In Islam, we have what we call a mustaqim. They're displayed in straight lines. And if you observe the clouds when they're displayed on the horizon, they're displayed in a texture, kind of a Quranic, Arabic format display. But because as human beings, when we are on planet Earth, we are very tiny in time. In time, when we talk of size, a human being cannot look at a cloud and say, put any comparison in size of a cloud. So that fact that we as human beings, we are very tiny creatures. We are very tiny creatures compared to a single letter of the noble Holy Quran. A human being is a very, very small thing compared to a single letter of the noble Holy Quran. The noble Holy Quran is a book of Allah that He displays on the horizon in an Arabic texture format of clouds. When they appear on the horizon, they are displayed in a format or an Arabic Quranic format, because the Quran was revealed and sent to human beings in an Arabic language. The reason why Allah displays it in an Arabic format, texture display on the horizons of living clouds, or of what we call clouds, is because Allah is always Allah, when He created everything, He gives evidence, living evidence. Allah gives living evidence of whatever He created, and that evidence is undisputable. Many of you, for centuries, you've looked at clouds, but you didn't know what clouds are. Clouds are the most beautiful holy words of Allah, which keep human beings and all other creation on this planet in Allah interacts with human beings. He sends rain, what you call rain from the sky, from the clouds. Women and men and children and animals and everything on this planet gets a share when Allah releases the rains that comes from the clouds that are displayed on the horizon. But to remind you, as I said, clouds are eternal, living, beautiful words of Allah. And these are the very words of the Holy Quran that was revealed to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But because the Quran on the horizon is living, is a living book, an eternal living book with living words which appear in a form of clouds. In a form of clouds. If you looked at the horizon, you will see that clouds are displayed in straight, or they're displayed in straight lines, which is mustaqim, where they begin and where they end up. We don't know, because that was not given to us. You can only look and your eyes will tire. You look at a column of clouds. Your eyes will get tired, but the column of a mustaqim on the clouds as displayed on the horizon, it is endless. And for your information that you should know, those lines and lines of clouds that are displayed in straight lines, those words, those very words that are those very holy, divine words of Allah that are displayed as clouds, they are what we call surahs of the Holy Quran. Surahs of the Holy Quran. They are either a surah of the Holy Quran, or an ayah of the Holy Quran, or an attribute of the great holy beauty of the great holiness of Allah. When they are displayed, some clouds are different, and they are different from each and every other cloud is different from the other. But some of them, when they are displayed on the horizon, they are displayed in columns, straight lines, endless columns of straight lines of clouds. And those clouds are living, because they are the one which comes onto this planet as water for human beings, as well as every plant and animal, that it quenches the thirst of every living being on this planet. It is the very book, the Holy Quran, that Allah endowed with beauty, with life, with sustenance, with every beauty that makes a human being, everything on this planet, live in peace. Because animals, they drink water, they eat the grass. The grass is able to grow from the planet Earth because of the water that comes from the holy living Quran that Allah embroidered over planet Earth. That Allah embroidered over planet Earth as a rahmah of mercy, that the mercy that no man can understand how to interpret, that mercy that Allah embroidered over planet Earth. Because the rains flow from the sky endlessly. So, my mothers of human beings, the mother that carries a woman, a baby in the womb for 9 months, it's good for you to know your true religion of your red blood cells and white blood cells and the mechanism and your relationship with the environment that grows what you eat, the environment that keeps and makes the child you brought on this planet to grow from a little baby to a 13-year or a 10-year-old boy or girl. So my reason why I am recording this video is for you to understand your relationship with the very environment around you and the very religion in your body and your responsibility to the child that you brought onto this planet. The child that you brought onto this planet. Now, I'm going to touch something to assure you, to confirm to you that indeed Islam is the beautiful religion of every human being on this planet. You as mothers who have children today, whether you identify yourself as a Muslim or a non-Muslim, you as a mother, you heard the very sounds that came out of the mouth, the first sounds that came out of the mouth of the child, either you are carrying now or you are bringing up. That very sounds, to you it sounded as if the child was crying. The very first sound that when a child came out of your womb, the sound sounded like the child was crying. The child was not crying. Those sounds do not mean crying. Because the child that made those sounds to you when she came out of your womb, she has never used her tongue to speak any word. So, with Allah, the most holy glorified of Allah, put a signature in every throat of every human being. And that signature of Allah commands every child that is born onto this planet, every child that comes onto this planet, as soon as that child comes out of their mother's womb, the very word that child is trying to say, it's Allah, 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 the most holy, beautiful name in the universe. The most holy, holy, beautiful name in the universe. The beautiful name, Allah. The child is trying to say to you, Allah, 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 Allah. But because she has never used her tongue to speak any word, and because Allah being the creator, the most holy, glorified, Almighty Allah, He created the signature in the throat of every human being. And that signature, as soon as you come out of your mother's womb, the very word that you are trying to tell your mother or you speak to your mother is every human being tries to tell their mother, that's Allah, Allah, Allah who created me. It's Allah who created me. And that child tells the mother, because the very day we are born, the very day that every human being is born, speaks directly to her mother, the mother that carried that child in her womb. She speaks by saying to the mother the only beautiful, holy name, Allah, because the child, that's the only name she knows when she was in the womb. Allah is the only, is only she knew. She only knew Allah. And as she comes out of your mother, the very womb that carried her for 9 months, the name that she knew, the one who created, molded her, is the very name that she tells her mother. That's Allah, 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 Allah. So that is the beauty of the most beautiful religion of Islam. Many Europeans did not know what Islam is. Many Americans did not know what Islam is. Even some parts of the world, the nations around, people around the world who don't know what Islam is. But I've tried to open the eyes of human beings to know the religion of what they eat. That what you eat is Islam. What you drink as water is Islam. What you see when you look at the sky is Islam. Everything on this planet, as well as in the universe, is Islam. So, my people, be in love with the very religion that we are created from. When you look around the world, you hear people say that fighting Islam. They are fighting the very religion that brings rain from the sky or comes from the sky and falls onto this planet as rain or water for them to drink. But when they say they are fighting Islam, we who know what Islam is, we look at such human beings who have such who are blind, and you say, what is wrong with human beings? What is wrong with human beings? So my cry, my request, my humble plea is to mothers, because you are the mother who brings children onto this planet, and it's your duty to guide your children to the very religion that they were created from. The next time I come, I'll explain to you now, so that you are aware of what really Islam is. As mothers, you bring onto this planet boys and girls. But a girl is a very special creation in every family, or in every woman that brings gives birth a girl child. Because a girl child, she inherits the beauty of being a mother to another creation that will keep the life of human beings on this planet in continuation, for people to continue living on planet Earth. So with that, it's a special thing that Allah makes creates a girl child, and Allah embraces, gives that child special blessings that when they grow up, they need to be guided, because you as mothers, some of you have children and you went through the pregnancy, but some of the pregnancies we are not comfortable. We are very tiring when you are carrying a baby. Sometimes some of you, when you are carrying a baby in the womb, find that that some of them find that being pregnant very tiring, very, very tiring. But I'll tell you this, that you should know as a mother, that a woman who carries a womb, you should know these details, that your pregnancy, you being pregnant, is not only you that is responsible or is in your pregnancy. This very planet Earth, the mother that from which you pick something to eat from a tree, a fruit or whatever, she has a stake in your pregnancy. Mother Earth has a very big stake in your pregnancy. The moon in the sky has a stake in your pregnancy. The sun in the sky has a stake in your pregnancy. Once you fall pregnant, there are very special things that happen that it's very difficult for a human being. As people of today, they don't have that knowledge, because they don't know. They don't know what a woman goes through when she's pregnant. When a woman becomes pregnant, there is a very miraculous things that happen. Allah commands the 7 galaxies that are near to the solar system of this planet to interact with the very creation in the womb of a woman. And that interaction of 7 galaxies which surround or which are near the solar system of planet Earth, that interaction of galaxies with the woman who is pregnant makes some of the women very tired, which they describe as fatigue. But the fatigue that they feel occurs in their bodies or in whatever because they are in interaction with 7 galaxies. The reason why Allah commanded the 7 galaxies to interact with the creation in the womb or to be whatever in interaction with the woman is because the galaxies have to do what we call mapping of the creation in the womb, as well as mapping their mapping the what you call to put mapping the child in applying the what is in those 7 galaxies into the child in the womb, as well as mapping the environment around where the child or the mother lives, who is carrying or who is pregnant. So, and with the galaxies, the reason why that the woman feels fatigue because galaxies have different time zones, different time rotations zones. A galaxy may have up to maybe 10,000 different time galaxy or rotation zone, time zone galaxy, time zone rotation, whatever. And that has to be applied, or the woman when is pregnant and in interaction with the galaxies, each galaxy, that time zone has to go through that time rotations of the galaxies, and that makes the woman, sometimes some women they find that they can't sleep, some women they become restless and things like that. Just see, the galaxies are very, very powerful creations, but the reason why they interact with the creation in the womb, as well as interacting with the very mother that carries that womb, is to familiarize the creation that is taking place in the womb with the environment, with the beauty of tranquility, the beauty of peace, that if a child is born, she'll have some sort of she'll be a little bit familiar with what, when she looks at the sky, it won't hurt her. She won't feel pain or whatever if she looks at the sky. Because if there was no interaction of those 7 galaxies, human beings would be very uncomfortable, even lifting your eyes to look at the near sky. But Allah, with the most beautiful mercy and rahmah, He enjoins the 7 galaxies, and one of the reasons is because the galaxies are creations which are Muslim. So a Muslim always sends or gives salam to another Muslim, to a fellow human being. So galaxies gives their salam to a creation that is being created in the womb of a woman. Every galaxy, the 7 galaxies, gives the salutation of salam because these galaxies are Muslims. They are creations of galaxies, very powerful, very, very strong, but they submit to the beautiful religion of Islam. And that is the very religion that every human being was created. That is the very beautiful religion that every living human being on this planet was created from. And every living thing that you see on this planet is Muslim. So they were created from the very beautiful religion of Islam. So women, especially mothers, you have a task to build and help your children understand that Allah loves peace. He makes the sky peace for most of the hours of the day when you are bringing up your children. So Allah commands you that the very peace that you experience every day, you should tell it to your children that they should treasure peace. They should treasure the beauty of being able to live in peace, not shedding blood of one another. And for your information, what you should know, when Allah created human beings, He gave them a percentage of mental development. That mental development dictates that you can differentiate between an animal and a human being. And with the percentage of mental development, you can interact and speak and reason with your children, with your husband, with your family members, with every human being, because you are given the percentage, which even has some whatever that you are given the ability to speak words that comes out of your mind, out of your mouth, to another fellow human being. And that allows you to, that percentage shows that indeed you can interact with a fellow human being by exchanging words. And that percentage, once you realize that we are talking to a human being human being who looks like your daughter, your son, your husband, that percentage tells you that that's a human being. And Allah says, who do not shed blood of another human being. Do not shed blood of another human being. So, as mothers, you have the time, you carry the womb for 9 months, and after carrying the womb for 9 months, you raise the children maybe until they are 13 or 10, but that time that you are with your children, tell them that bloodshed is forbidden by Allah. Bloodshed is forbidden by Allah. So, if you look at what the men and women who are, or the men who are bombing the 33-year-old children in Palestine, these are men who are not guided, who don't know what life is. Because a man does not carry a womb, a man does not get pregnant, a woman gets pregnant, and the woman knows what she goes through to give birth to a baby. A woman knows what she goes through to give birth to a baby. A woman knows what she goes through to have sleepless night every day. After the birth of her child, she won't be able to sleep because the child herself has to get to start familiarizing herself with the environment on planet Earth. Because during your pregnancy, most of your life, the child, the babies, whatever in a woman's womb, that child spends most of that time not on planet Earth, but in the universe, in the 7 galaxies. When a child is in the womb of a woman, you as a woman, you carry the womb, but the biggest part of that child is not on this planet. That biggest part of that child is to, as I said, the 7 galaxies interact with the child, mapping. Even the very area that a woman who is pregnant lives is mapped either in the child as well as the whatever, so that in the mother. Because before modern times, when supermarkets were built, women used to look for what to eat when they are pregnant. And they used to do that because Allah used the 7 galaxies to tell a woman, walk this way, this way, this way. There is a tree there, go and pick a fruit, eat it, and then that helps the child and what you are carrying in the womb to grow, to become, to be healthy. For you to be able to carry on with the pregnancy, that you have something to feed it. But in modern times, things have been made easy. You just go to the supermarket, pick something from there and eat. But I wanted to show you that a child in the womb, most of her life in the early in the womb is not on this planet. She spends most of the time not very close to this planet. There's a percentage of that whatever of the baby in your womb, but the spiritual part of that baby is always not is in the seven galaxies and the solar system of this planet. So if a child is born, if he didn't have the mapping of planet Earth and everything that is on it and in the solar system, you find that if a child, maybe some children, she wouldn't be able to go and live if you are living in England, if you are not conditioned with the mapping of the solar system of planet Earth as well as the seven galaxies. You find it very hard to go and live from England, and then you go and say, I'm going to live in Australia or America. So because of the mapping of the galaxies and the whatever, that makes your body kind of familiar and able to go from England to Australia or England to America. And when you get there, you after a few hours you find yourself sleeping and things like that. So that's what Islam is. Everything that makes a human being, the life of a human being, because you are created from Islam. You are Muslims, especially you, the Americans, the Europeans. You are Muslims. When you say you are fighting Islam, when you say you are fighting the very religion that make blood cells, the very region of your blood cells and red blood cells, when you say you are fighting Islam, when you say you are fighting the religion that is the water that you drink, then you are people, I don't know, what a terminology which is called insanity. Insanity is a situation where when someone is either comes out of what you classify as being drunk and then become insane. When you say you are fighting Islam, you are fighting the very religion in your blood cells. And when you go into dispute with the region in your blood cells that build every mass of your body, the next thing you know is either you confuse when you start fighting with your very red blood cells and red blood cells, white blood cells and red blood cells. The next thing is that very system of your mechanism of your body that runs blood through your brain and your toe and everything will send a warning to you that the thoughts in your head that you are fighting Islam is wrong. If you continue it, if you don't discard that foolishness, you end up contracting deadly diseases. Deadly diseases. And one of those deadly diseases is that this very system that you are saying that you are fighting Islam will commit suicide. That very system of red blood cells in the region of red blood cells and white blood cells in your body. If you say you are fighting Islam, that very system will commit suicide and mutate the very red blood cells into cancer tumors and blood clots and cancer tumors. And you find yourself either hit by a brain hemorrhage or a brain cancer tumor or a kidney failure or a high blood pressure or something that you cannot understand how to treat. So this warning there's a message of warning to those people who say they are fighting Islam, or they do, because they don't know what Islam is. They don't know what Islam is. If you come across this video, forward it to someone so that they know what their bodies can do when someone thinks that I'm fighting Islam. So, Allah mothers, I recorded this message to you as mothers, because I said you are the women who carry a child, and after you bring that child onto his planet, from year 1 to until they're 10 years or 13 years, you're with those children. Teach them, tell them no bloodshed, and tell them the true religion of their bodies, the true religion of Mother Nature. You people, you don't know what Mother Nature is. Mother Nature is Islam. The sky you look at is Islam. The Quran, the clouds that brings the water on this planet is the Holy Quran. the eternal holy living book of Allah that was revealed to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because if Allah had left it up as clouds on the sky, no human being is not in the capacity of a human being to know that a cloud he sees or she sees on the sky is a letter of the Holy Quran. It's very, very cool. It's not in the capacity. It was not put in human minds to understand that. It was not put in the heads of human beings to look at a cloud and say that is a letter of the Holy Quran. It's not. So Allah, being merciful, He said He made it. He revealed it to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so that people may know. So we today on this planet, people know, some people, those who practice Islam, they know how to read words of the Holy Quran. They can read the statement in the Holy Quran and know that these are words which were revealed to Prophet Muhammad, and these are words of guidance to human beings. The information of the Quran was revealed to Prophet Muhammad. To Prophet Muhammad is a universal message to all living human beings, because you are all living Muslims. So that's all I can say. My mother, oh my mama, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm Islam, the very beautiful religion on the very child that you are carrying. I'm Islam, the very beautiful smile on your face. I'm Islam, the very beautiful religion of your very own mother. I'm Islam, the very beautiful smile on your mother and your children. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.